Yesterday we have discussed about the methods of preparation of phenol, and today we are going to discuss about the properties of phenol. Yesterday I mentioned phenol can be prepared by 6 methods, and the first method was from chlorobenzene, and by Dove's process we can convert chlorobenzene into phenol. First we have to react with aqueous NaOH at 640 Kelvin temperature. Sodium phenoxide is going to be formed, and that react with HCl in pure HCl to give phenol as a product. Second method was from salicylic acid, and for that we have done soda lime decarboxylation reaction. First, salicylic acid is reacted with aqueous NaOH, due to which we will get sodium phenoxide, and then sodium phenoxide due to which we will get sodium salicylate, and that react with NaOH in presence of CO to give you phenol as a product. Third method was from isopropyl benzene or cumene. For that, first we have to do the aerial oxidation of cumene, due to which we will get cumene hydroperoxide, and that cumene hydroperoxide on decomposition with an acid will give you phenol and acetone as a product. Next method was from phenyl magnesium bromide, and for that first we have to oxidize with the air. Phenyl oxy magnesium bromide is going to be formed, and then phenyl oxy magnesium bromide on hydrolysis gives you phenol. And the last method I have discussed, that was the most important one, and that was from aniline. So to convert aniline into phenol, I have done first the diazotization reaction, due to which we will get the benzene diazoxide chloride, and then benzene diazoxide chloride on hydrolysis give you phenol. After that, we have discussed about few physical properties of phenol, and the first one was the boiling point of phenol or the solubility of phenol is lesser than corresponding alcohols. Then the reason for that is that because phenol is having a bulkier hydrophobic group, that's why the solubility of phenol is lesser than alcohols. And the next one was dipole moment. Dipole moment of phenol is lesser than alcohols, and reason for that is that due to dispersion of electron density due to resonance, the electron density will decrease. That's why phenol is lesser, having lesser dipole moment than alcohol. Today we are going to discuss the important properties, and the first property is acidic properties of phenol. Acidic properties of phenol. And there might be question in your exam, why phenol is a stronger acid than alcohols? Why is phenol a stronger acid than alcohols? Then reason for that is that because of extra stability of phenoxide ion than phenol. Phenoxide ion is more stable than phenol. That's why phenol is a better or stronger acidic in nature. Next question might be there in exam. Why phenoxide ion is more stable than phenol? Why phenoxide ion is more stable than phenol? And it can be explained on basis of resonance. As we can see, the resonating structure of phenol and phenoxide ion are 5 of each, but in phenoxide ion the equivalence of structure is more in comparison to phenoxide. First resonating structure of phenol will be known like this. This lone pair is shifted here, and this double bond is shifted to this carbon. That's why it should acquire negative charge, and oxygen should have positive charge. Now, next resonating structure might be obtained by this electron cloud goes there, and this bond goes to this carbon. O positive H. This is having negative charge. Next, this negative charge goes there, and this goes to this place. That's why carbon of this should have negative charge. And the last structure, this electron pair shift there and this lone pair goes there. So phenol can have 5 resonating structures, but among these 3 are equivalent and 2 are equivalent. Among these 5 structures, 3 are equivalent and 2 are equivalent, because in 3 structure there is a separation of charge, but in 2 structure there is no separation of charge. That's why equivalence is less. But for phenoxide ion, similarly 5 possible structure are there. In case of phenoxide ion, oxygen is having negative charge. This bond shifts there and this bond goes there. First possible structure will be this carbon is having negative charge and the 2 double bonds. Next, this electron pair goes there and this bond shifts to this carbon. Oxygen is having 2 lone pair and 2 double bond, negative charge. Next, this negative charge goes to this and this goes to this carbon. Similarly, last structure possible will be this lone pair goes there and this oxygen goes to this one. Hence, there are 5 possible structure of phenoxide ion, and among these, all are equivalent. All are having a negative charge on them. That's why all structure are equivalent. So they are phenoxide ion is more stable than phenol. Hence, phenol is a stronger acid than alcohols, because there will be no resonance in alkoxide ion. Hence, alkoxide ion will be lesser stable than alcohol. Now, next question might be there: why OH group is orthoparadirecting in nature? Why OH group is orthoparadirecting in nature? The reason for that is that in this resonating structures, the electron density increases at ortho and para position. The electron density increases at ortho and para position. That's why OH group is orthoparadirecting for electrophilic substitution, which are going to be discussed by us later on. Now we are going to discuss the effect of substituent on acidic strength. Effect of substituents on acidic strength. As already in basic concepts of chemistry or organic chemistry we have discussed, if an electron withdrawing group is present, then acidic strength might increase, while if electron leaching group is present, then acidic strength will decrease. As well as the acidic strength will depend on position of the electron withdrawing group also. First question might be there: arrange phenol. Question might be there in exam. Arrange phenol, 2-nitrophenol, three 2-nitrophenol, 2,4-dinitrophenol, 2,4-dinitrophenol, and 2,4,6-trinitrophenol in acidic strength, or Ka value, pKa value, or Kb value, or pKb value. Arrange phenol, 2-nitrophenol, 2,4-dinitrophenol, and 2,4,6-trinitrophenol in increasing order of acidic strength. So here, first of all, we have to keep it in mind: more will be the electron withdrawing group, more will be the acidic strength. That's why phenol will be less acidic than 2-nitro, then 2,4-dinitro, and then 2,4,6-trinitro, because more will be the electron withdrawing group, more will be the acidic strength. Next question might be there: arrange phenol, 2-nitrophenol, 3-nitrophenol, and 4-nitrophenol in increasing order of acidic strength. in increasing order of acidic strength. As we know, at meta position there will be inductive effect, but at para position there will be resonance, or ortho position there will be resonance. That's why the acidic strength follows the order. Phenol will be least, then meta, then ortho, and finally para. Acidic strength follows the order. Phenol, then meta nitrophenol, then ortho nitrophenol, and most acidic will be para nitrophenol. Same way, if electron leaching group like methyl group is present, then there might be question: arrange phenol, orthocresol, paracresol, and metacresol in increasing order of acidic strength. Arrange phenol, orthocresol, metacresol, and paracresol in increasing order of acidic strength. In increasing order of acidic strength, as we know, the meta group is the methyl group is electron leaching in nature, hence the acidic strength will decrease. So here least acidic will be paracresol, then orthocresol, then metacresol, and most acidic in this case will be phenol. I hope you understand these questions. These are very important one, maybe in your exams. Now we have to discuss about the acidic properties of phenol, and the first one will be effect on litmus. First property will be effect on litmus. As we know, phenol are stronger acid than alcohols and water, hence they will turn blue litmus into red. First will be effect on litmus. As they are stronger acid than alcohol and water, hence they will turn blue litmus into red. But alcohols and water cannot do so. Hence, litmus paper test can be used to distinguish between phenol and alcohol. Second will be reaction with active metals. Reaction with active metals. Reaction with active metals. As any acidic substance react with active metal to produce hydrogen gas, same way phenol can do so. Phenol can react with active metals like sodium and potassium to produce hydrogen gas. Phenol can react with active metals like sodium and potassium to produce hydrogen gas. Phenol can react with active metals like sodium and potassium to produce hydrogen gas. To produce hydrogen gas. Next will be reaction with alkalis. Phenol can react with alkalis to produce salt and water. Phenol can react with alkalis to produce salt and water. Phenol can react with alkalis like NaOH and KOH to produce salt and water. Here we will get sodium phenoxide plus water. Next will be reaction with sodium bicarbonate. It is a very important question. Reaction with sodium bicarbonate. Phenol cannot react with sodium bicarbonate. Phenol cannot react with sodium bicarbonate because it is a weaker acid than carbonic acid, H2CO3. It is a weaker acid than carbonic acid, hence phenol cannot react with sodium bicarbonate, but picric acid can react. But picric acid means 2,4,6 trinitrophenol can react with sodium bicarbonate to produce effluences of CO2. Hence, sodium carbonate can be used to distinguish between phenol and carboxylic acid. Sodium bicarbonate can be used to distinguish between phenol and carboxylic acid. Later on we will discuss. Next will be reaction with haloalkane in presence of sodium metal. Reaction with haloalkane in presence of sodium metal, or that reaction is also known as Williamson synthesis. Reaction with haloalkane in presence of sodium metal or Williamson synthesis. Here, phenol first react with sodium metal to produce sodium phenoxide, and then sodium phenoxide can react with haloalkane to give you aromatic ether as a product. To give you aromatic ether as a product, and this reaction is known as Williamson synthesis. There might be two conversions which are generally asked in your exams, and the first one will be convert phenol into anisole. Convert phenol into anisole. As I already mentioned, during any conversion, first write down the initial compound and final compound, then you will get an idea what we need to do. As phenol is having OH group over it, and anisole should have formula OCH3. So first we have to react sodium with phenol, that's why we will get sodium phenoxide. Now we have to react it with CH3Br. We have to react with CH3Br, that's why we will get anisole plus NaBr. Anisole plus NaBr. Similarly, next question might be convert phenol into phenetol. Convert phenol into phenetol, and to do it, first react with sodium metal and then react with CH3CH2Br. CH3CH2Br. That's why we will get anisole as a product. Phenetol as a product. Phenetol means ethoxybenzene. I hope you understand. Already I have mentioned the drawback of Williamson synthesis, and major drawback of Williamson synthesis is that secondary and tertiary haloalkane are reactive in nature. That's why they will produce alkene instead of ethers. Secondary and tertiary haloalkane are highly reactive in nature, hence they will produce alkene as a product. They will produce alkene as a product. Now we have to discuss about the acylation reaction. Acylation reaction of phenol. In acylation reaction, phenol will react with an acid chloride. In acylation reaction, phenol will react with an acid chloride or acid anhydride. Acid chloride or acid anhydride to produce aromatic ester as a product. To produce aromatic ester as a product, and this reaction is known as acylation reaction. Aromatic ester as a product, and reaction is known as acylation. When phenol react with acid chloride or acid anhydride, then the product form will be an ester, and that reaction is known as acylation. And one thing more, the aromatic ester formed on heating with FeCl3, will undergo rearrangement to produce alpha hydroxy or 2-hydroxy aromatic ketone as a product, and this rearrangement reaction is known as Fries rearrangement reaction. This reaction is known as Fries rearrangement reaction. When an aromatic ester is heated with FeCl3, then the product form will be 2-hydroxy aromatic ketone, and this reaction is known as Fries rearrangement reaction. Next will be benzoylation reaction, or that is also known as Schouten-Baumann reaction. That is a very important reaction, may be asked in your exams. Benzoylation reaction or Schouten-Baumann reaction. As I am saying here, benzoylation means we need to react phenol with benzoyl chloride. We react phenol with the benzoyl chloride, and that's why the product form will be phenyl benzoate. The product form will be phenyl benzoate, and this reaction is known as Schouten-Baumann reaction. Even aniline can also undergo benzoylation in same way to produce N-phenyl benzene carboxamide. N-phenyl benzene carboxamide, and that reaction is also known as Schouten-Baumann reaction. And the last acidic reaction of phenol will be reaction with Grignard reagent. Reaction with Grignard reagent. As I have already mentioned, when Grignard reagent react with any substance which can give acidic hydrogen, the product form will be an alkane, and that alkane should have carbon from the Grignard reagent only. So phenol can react with Grignard reagent to produce an alkane as a product. Phenol can react with Grignard reagent to produce alkane as a product, and that alkane should have carbon atom from the Grignard reagent itself. I hope you understand the acidic properties of phenol. After that, we are going to discuss the special properties of phenol, which are a very important one, may be asked in your exams. Already few of them we have discussed. Special properties of phenol or special reactions of phenol, and the first one is reaction with zinc metal or zinc dust. Reaction with zinc dust. There might be question in exam. What does happen when zinc dust is added to phenol? What does happen? Zinc dust is added to phenol, or there might be question, how can you convert phenol into benzene? When phenol react with zinc dust, then the product form will be benzene plus zinc oxide. Phenol react with zinc dust, then the product form will be benzene and zinc oxide. Next will be reaction with ferric chloride. Reaction with ferric chloride. Reaction with ferric chloride. And in this reaction, it is also very important one, because this reaction can be used to distinguish phenol from any other compound. This reaction can be used to distinguish phenol from any other compound, because phenol react with ferric chloride. Phenol can react with ferric chloride to produce dark violet coloration. Phenol can react with ferric chloride to produce dark violet coloration due to formation of ferric triphenoxide plus HCl. And ferric triphenoxide should have a dark violet coloration. Ferric chloride test can be used to distinguish phenol from any other compound, and in this reaction, phenol will react with ferric chloride to produce ferric triphenoxide, and that compound is having dark violet coloration. That's why this test can be used to distinguish phenol from any other compound. Next will be reaction with benzene diazonium chloride. Reaction with benzene diazonium chloride. Reaction with benzene diazonium chloride. I have already mentioned so many times, phenol and aniline can react with benzene diazonium chloride to produce orange red color dye and yellow color dye respectively, and that reaction is known as coupling reaction. Phenol will react with benzene diazonium chloride to produce orange red color dye, and that name of that dye is para-hydroxyazobenzene. Phenol will react with benzene diazonium chloride. Phenol will react with benzene diazonium chloride to produce para-hydroxyazobenzene as a product. Para-hydroxyazobenzene as a product, and that is having orange red color. Similarly, aniline can react with benzene diazonium chloride to produce para-aminoazobenzene. Para-aminoazobenzene, and in this case, color will be yellow, and name of compound will be para-aminoazobenzene. Para-aminoazobenzene, and these two reactions are known as coupling reaction. These two reactions are known as coupling reaction. Next will be reaction with chloroform or carbon tetrachloride. That is also very important reaction for your board exams. Reaction with chloroform or carbon tetrachloride, and this reaction is known as Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Reaction with chloroform or carbon tetrachloride or Reimer-Tiemann reaction. I already mentioned, when phenol will react with chloroform or carbon tetrachloride in presence of a base, then the product form will be salicylaldehyde and salicylic acid respectively, and intermediate for this reaction will be a carbene. For example, if phenol will react with chloroform in presence of NaOH, then the product form will be, first water get removed as well as HCl is removed. So product form will be this compound. Benzene is having ONA plus CHCl2. That's why the intermediate for this reaction is a carbene. Then this on alkaline hydrolysis, 2 NaCl get removed and 2 hydroxy group will comes to this carbon. Hydroxy group will comes to this carbon, but I have mentioned 2 OH group can never remains closer to each other. That's why removal of water will take place and we will get this compound ONaCHO, and that can react with HCl to give you salicylaldehyde. Phenol can be changed into salicylaldehyde by reaction with chloroform in presence of NaOH, and that reaction is known as Reimer-Tiemann reaction, and intermediate for this is carbene. Similarly, phenol can react with carbon tetrachloride in presence of NaOH. Due to it, water and HCl are removed and the product form will be benzene having ONA and CCl3. Then this react with NaOH aqueous, 3 NaCl molecule are removed and the carbon should have 3 OH over it, and this already remove water. That's why this compound is going to be formed, ONA and COOH, and this can react with HCl. NaCl is removed and the product form will be salicylic acid. When phenol react with carbon tetrachloride, then salicylic acid will be there, and if it will react with chloroform, then the product form will be salicylaldehyde. I hope you understand, and this reaction is known as Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Next will be Kolbe's reaction. That is very important also. Kolbe's reaction, and this reaction is used to convert phenol into salicylic acid, and that salicylic acid can be further changed into 3 medicines which are having importance in our daily life. First, we have to convert phenol into salicylic acid, and reaction is known as Kolbe's reaction. For that, phenol is reacted with carbon dioxide in presence of NaOH at 5 to 8 atmospheric pressure. That's why the product form will be sodium salicylate, and then this sodium salicylate can react with HCl to give you salicylic acid, 2-hydroxy benzoic acid plus NaCl, and that salicylic acid can be further changed into 3 medicines, and that depend on esterification reaction itself. If we will add acetic anhydride to it, then product form will be aspirin. The product form will be aspirin, which is also known as orthoacetoxy benzoic acid. If we will add phenol to it, then the product form will be Salol or phenyl salicylate. Product form will be Salol or phenyl salicylate. And the last case, if we add methyl alcohol to it, then the product form will be oil of wintergreen or methyl salicylate. phenol can be changed into 3 medicines by this method. First, we have to prepare salicylic acid and then we can convert it into aspirin or Salol or oil of wintergreen. If we want to prepare aspirin from phenol, then we have to first prepare salicylic acid and then do esterification with acetic anhydride. If we want to prepare Salol from phenol, then we have to do esterification with phenol. And if we want to prepare oil of wintergreen, then we have to do esterification with methyl alcohol. I hope you understand. These are 5 to 6 questions on this reaction itself. Question might be there: convert phenol into salicylic acid, phenol into aspirin, phenol into oil of wintergreen, phenol into Salol, or maybe convert salicylic acid into phenol. I hope you understand this one. Next will be reaction with phthalic anhydride. That is also a very important question. Reaction with phthalic anhydride, and phenol can react with phthalic anhydride to produce. Phenol can react with phthalic anhydride to produce phenolphthalein indicator. Phenol can react with phthalic anhydride to produce phenolphthalein indicator, and that indicator in acidic medium has no color, but in basic medium that is having a pink color. Phenol can react with phthalic anhydride to produce a dye that is known as phthalate dye, and name of that compound is phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein indicator, and structure of that will be like this. Phenolphthalein indicator, and that is a phthalate dye, and this dye should have no color in acidic medium, but it should have pink color in basic medium. That's why it is used in acid-base titrations, but keep it in mind, this cannot be used when base is weak. This cannot be used when base is weak. When base will be weak, then this cannot be used because its pH range is from 8.5 to 10. Its pH range is from 8.5 to 10. After this, we are going to discuss about the electrophilic substitution reactions of phenol. Electrophilic substitution of reactions of phenol. Already I have mentioned so many times, the benzene derivative, benzene and its derivative will show electrophilic substitution instead of electrophilic addition. Why? Benzene and its derivative will show electrophilic substitution instead of electrophilic addition. Why? Then reason is that because of delocalization of pi electron cloud due to resonance or conjugation effect. Due to delocalization of pi electron cloud due to conjugation effect or resonance effect, benzene and its derivative will show electrophilic substitution instead of electrophilic addition. And the first example of that will be bromination, and that is a very, very important question. Bromination. In this reaction, phenol can react with bromine in 2 ways. Phenol can react with bromine in 2 ways. First way will be phenol is reacted with bromine in presence of water, and second case is phenol is reacted with bromine in presence of carbon disulfide. Phenol react with bromine in 2 ways. First way will be reaction of phenol with bromine in water. Second, bromine in presence of carbon disulfide. It is a very important reasoning question also. Water is polar in nature. Water is polar in nature. Hence, electron density can be increased at ortho and para position simultaneously. Water is polar in nature, so the tri-substitution will take place due to induction of electron density at ortho and para position simultaneously. Water is polar in nature, hence the tri-substitution might take place due to induction of electron density at ortho and para position simultaneously. But in this case, when the carbon disulfide is there, it is non-polar, hence the electron density cannot increase at ortho and para. So the major product will be para and minor product will be ortho. I hope you understand. This question might be there in 2 ways. One way will be write down the equation, and second way will be the reasoning question. When phenol react with bromine in water, then tri-substitution might take place. But when it react with bromine in presence of carbon disulfide, then only mono-substitution take place. Why? Then reason is that in presence of water is polar, so electron density can be increased at ortho and para position simultaneously. But carbon disulfide is non-polar, so the electron density cannot increase at ortho and para position simultaneously. Next will be Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Here OH group is ortho para directing. Same way the reaction might take place when phenol will react with CH3Cl in presence of anhydrous ClCl3. Then the product form will be the methyl group goes to para, major product will be para derivative and minor product will be ortho derivative. Minor product will be ortho derivative plus HCl, and reaction is known as Friedel-Crafts acylation. Next will be nitration. That is also very, very important question. During nitration can also take place in two ways. Phenol can react with HNO3 in presence of concentrated H2SO4, or second way will be phenol can react with dilute HNO3. Phenol can react with dilute HNO3. When phenol react with concentrated HNO3 in presence of concentrated H2SO4, then tri-substitution might take place and we will get picric acid as a product. Tri-substitution take place and we will get picric acid as a product. Phenol react with concentrated HNO3 in presence of concentrated H2SO4, then tri-substitution take place to give picric acid. But when it react with dilute HNO3, then mono-substitution will take place. But exceptionally here, ortho derivative is major product. Ortho derivative is major product. The reason for that is due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding in orthonitrophenol. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding in orthonitrophenol. Now question might be there in exam. Why 2-nitrophenol is more stable than 4-nitrophenol? 2-nitrophenol is more stable than 4-nitrophenol. Then reason for that is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Next question might be para-nitrophenol is having higher boiling point than orthonitrophenol. Para-nitrophenol is having higher boiling point than orthonitrophenol. Why? The reason is that because intramolecular hydrogen bond is stronger than intramolecular hydrogen. Intermolecular hydrogen bond is stronger than intramolecular hydrogen bond. Next might be the solubility of para-nitro is more than orthonitro. Why? The reason is same, because intermolecular hydrogen bond is stronger than intramolecular hydrogen bond. Same way sulfonation will be there. Para derivative is going to be formed because OH group is ortho-para directing in nature. I hope you understand all the reactions, and the last one is very important one, and that is